we are streaming probably in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I think we're live. What's up, everybody? Canadian Guy here, and I am joined by my good friend Jordan Fringe, great friend, a personal friend of mine, a great friend of the channel, and we're here to talk about a few things today. So give us a few minutes just to get set up. Say hi to Jordan.
Hi, Jordan. I mean, hi, everybody.
Yeah, that's how that works. All right, give me a second.
I forgot how to speak.
I forgot English. All right, so let's get this set. So while we're getting set up, that dark passage footage, though, was just fantastic. It was just, oops,
magnificent.
It was just
absolutely great.
It's like perfect. Okay, so you guys are gonna not see us for a moment here because I need to throw this on the Discord. And the Discord.
I'm just promoting it on Twitter at the moment.
Same. There we go.
Man. Wow, yours popped up when mine popped up. Crazy.
Whoa, it's like we're timing it or something. So just give us a second to get all set up, guys, and we will be ready to go. My phone is now vibrating like crazy. I think I know why. My phone just went I'm like, and that's why. Here we go. Alright, so we're going to be starting the stream in about a minute. How is everyone doing today? I hope you all are doing good.
It's alright. Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad.
No, it's terrible.
Alright, so let's cancel that out. And alright, so let's get started. And let's start the stream in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once again, what's up, everybody? Canadian Guy here, and back with a good friend of mine, Jordan Fringe. Say hi, Jordan.
Hi, Jordan.
Classic as always. So, we're going to be covering a few things today. So, we might start off with a little bit of Dark Passage, and then we're going to be going into
nitty-gritty territory.
Yeah, territory that's literally a bomb. It's just a bomb. I was gonna say a minefield, but no, it's just a there's no safe parts to it. It's just a bomb. The whole
We're not talking about bombs.
No,
we're talking about a in real life situation.
Though that's another situation that could be considered a bomb, but not as big as this bomb.
This is a bigger bomb that we have to deal with. There's a lot of bombs going on.
So
this bomb is big.
Yeah. So let's start off a little bit about Dark Passage. So Jordan, what were your thoughts about Dark Passage and what you saw?
That whole level is like one for one exactly how I would have imagined it. The skybox and the atmosphere, like mind blowing. Like I know there's gonna be people that are like, the skybox was not like that. I'm like, and like look at the atmosphere, look at how they made it. It's so well that how they interpreted it. The characters, the way they look. The turtle is on all 4 legs now. And it just has a pumped up chest. It looks massive and cool. It's an absolute unit. I love it. The whole level itself is gorgeous. Loved it. I thought that it was spot on. And shout out to Jeremy for getting every single gem in that level. You're the real hero.
Yeah. Sorry, quickly. Thank you, Jack, for the $5 Australian donation. We just started, though. Thank you so much. So I'm in agreement with Jordan. I absolutely love every aspect of it. But one of the details that I noticed that was really cool was like those, almost like those flower petals, or like those petals everywhere.
Yeah.
It was just like, wow, that was really well done. And it was just like, it was a real dreamscape. And I think that that's what they were going for, was just a dreamy, out of this world, not normal, like magic crafters, dream weavers. It was beautiful.
Just look at all the dragons in there. They all have some element. Like one has constellations on his wings. One has cosmic look on his wings. Like every single one of them has like a crescent moon thing about them. There's something about it that just the aesthetic and the atmosphere of that whole level are like incredible.
It's perfect.
It is beautiful.
I think that they really did a really fantastic job, and I think what was interesting too is that they're not really bound by certain things like the artisans were. Where the artisans, they were like, hey, we're going to have artists. This time it's just like, hey, Dreamweavers. It's a dream. They're sleepy or something nighttime related, have at her. And Toys for Bob took those designs and just went nuts with it, and it was absolutely breathtaking. Some of the shots that they did that Jeremy showed off, which you know what, I'm really happy that we had Jeremy show the stuff off, because he knows the game and he knows the stuff that they say and he knows all these things. It's not just some schmo that they hand a controller into and say, hey, play the game for us. No, not only did he know the game or play the game as a kid, he knows the game through and through. He's just like us, where we know the levels, we know what they say, we know where the gems are, and he knew all this stuff. And he even knew, like, at the end, what was really funny, what I thought was funny, is at the end he was just like, he said, I know there's a multiple of 5 in there, and I know that, and he was literally like calculating how many gems were left, and he knew. And I was just like, you know, someone that knows what they're talking about, and that's really awesome to know. So
I believe that's his favorite level that he said, like, during his live stream. I think he said that's his favorite. I could be wrong. I think that's just what I remembered.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that he got to play it. If it is, I'm glad they let him do that one. And he killed that level. Like, he's like, here's where everything is. And like, I love, you can see like the gem shine, like how it looks now, and it shows the color of the gem. Shine, which is super, super cool. It was kind of glitched in the floor for some reason when he got it. Who cares? You know, there's still bugs and stuff.
Right.
But
could have been an earlier build.
The counter in the first game goes up now by individuals, so that's fixed. Spyro's animations were fluid and great. Everything about it, in my opinion, like, just solid, dude. Solid gameplay.
Absolutely fantastic. So, shall we transition to? Okay, let's just get into it. So, as you can look to our right or our left, depending on how how everything is flipped. I think it's our right. I think, to our right, you can see the back of the case. Now, the case looks awesome. Like, let's first off, the case looks fantastic. I think at the top there, where we see actually Spyro. Are you looking at the case with me as well, Jordan? Are you looking at the live stream or no?
I'm looking at the live stream.
Okay,
I'm seeing the case on the
live
stream.
It looks like that it's Spyro is in front of, is that Sunny Villa portal almost? It's got like the V, like the Roman numeral V there. So is that possible that could be Sunny Villa? Because
could, but what if? But there's the
not Sunny Villa. Colossus. I don't know. Maybe
it could. For all I know, with that Roman theme, it could be what's the one toward in the end of 3 with Tara Croft? Oh,
the tomb one. I'm terrible.
It's one of my favorite levels, and I'm blanking on the name as well. Because like, it does have like a Roman look to it, but I do think it's colorful for that level. Too much grass, obviously. Guys, too much grass. 0
too much grass.
But I don't know what it's cool.
Yeah, I like it.
We'll find out soon.
We'll find out, right? So, but the main thing that we want to talk about today, which has been the main bane of our Twitter accounts for the past, I'd say, week and a half now, we have been tweeted at, we've been DM'd, we've been commented, and I've been avoiding this. Jordan hasn't.
Yep.
Jordan went face first. I held back, and it's kind of turned into a bit of a crap storm.
Yes, that's putting it very lightly.
Very lightly. So, for those who don't know, or you know what, Jordan, do you want to cover it? Or do you want to cover up what's happened since you've been covering it, or do you want me? It's up. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I can
summarize what's been happening, except for today, what we found out today.
Okay, so basically, thanks to the website and the official cover art coming out, it said that Spyro 2 and 3 require content download, and then specifically on the website saying that 2 and 3 require internet to download, stuff like that, right? Which sent the internet in a tizzy. Everyone was freaking out, like, what does this mean? It wasn't so widespread yet, but everyone was just more like, what do they mean by this? I'm not sure. And it was okay. Until Activision was reached out by from Game Informer and PlayStation Lifestyle. They reached out to them, and they got this very generic PR response that did more damage than good. The response basically made it seem weird by saying, our goal is for you to play all 3 games on September 21st. Yeah, I sure hope so.
That's what I'm paying for.
Don't word it like, even if you're trying to say like, of course the games are coming out that day. Don't word it like that. That's really bad wording.
It's literally like if you were going on an airplane. Like, our goal is to make sure you get to your destination alive. Yeah,
I sure hope so.
Really?
And then their other thing was that, you know, with games nowadays, you got updates, and we're just letting you know the requirements. I'm like, this isn't a PC game. We don't need to know the requirements. The console's going to run it. And of course, there's updates. I don't expect to put a game in my console and not have a day one patch or update of some sort. But the language on the website specifically said 2 and 3 need to be downloaded, and on the cover it said download content required. It wasn't an update. You don't have to update to play the game and if you just have a console that's online, it'll just run the version that's on the disc. It'll install, and that's it. And to clear up one thing for people who still don't understand, it's not the same as Crash Bandicoot.
It's not.
Crash Bandicoot was installing on PlayStation. When you're 15% installing something, you can start the game. So when that happened, it lets you play the first game, but 2 and 3 were still installing, not downloading. They were on the disc. You could be completely offline. 2 and 3 were still installing. With Spyro, the language is 1 is on the disc, and that'll install, but you have to get on the internet and download 2 and 3 to your console, or however it's going to work, and then they install. That's the difference. That's the main difference. These are not on the disc is what was the thing. And then we had this whole thing with the screenshot that came out. Then everyone was skeptical and someone proved it was fake. But it was actually real, and there was proof of that. So now it was actually a real message that was retracted by the same person who sent the message from Activision's PR team on that.
But the retraction was unclear.
But the retraction's completely unclear of what anything meant.
Like, we don't know. We don't know if we didn't know, like, if it was saying the second response was to the second half of what he asked, or if it was to the whole statement he just said.
There's a half an hour like gap in responses. That's really weird to me.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of red flags on it, but it did turn out to be a real DM. We got video proof of it not being altered.
Yep.
And so that just kind of threw things into, well, now we're just back at where we started with what is going on.
Yeah.
And that leads us up to today. Hey, what happened? What happened, Aaron?
Oh, boy. Well, first off, thank you, Christian the Dragon, for the $5 donation. I really appreciate it. What up? What up to you? So, what happened today? Reddit dropped. I was DM'd by a good friend of mine in the Discord, and they were just like, hey, check this out. And it was a Reddit thread. And I was just like, okay, what's in this Reddit thread? Click, and lo and behold, we got the back of the case. And at first, I was just like, awesome! We got the back of the case. This is really nice. We've seen the front. Now we can take a look at the back. There's a lot of really cool details in there that Jordan and I won't be necessarily going into right now. Maybe in the future video we will, but at the moment... But the thing is, it's in German. So, you know, kind of sucks for that. But nonetheless, there were people who can speak German, obviously, on the Reddit page, and who could translate. And what's been translated is something that is very, very... ominous. So what happened is that it's been confirmed that 2 and 3 need to be downloaded. 2 and 3 need to be downloaded via internet. So my first initial reaction is, okay, why? And the reason being, which some people are arguing as certain translations, but some are saying it's because 2 and 3 are 50 gigs and 1 is not. So literally they're saying that the game in total could be in the ranges of 75 to 80 gigabytes. And a PlayStation 4 can only read a dual layer disc, and each layer of a Blu-ray disc is 25 gigs. So 50 gigabytes. So I was like, okay. So this explains why we need the downloadable content, which I thought, okay, this kind of sets the case closed, and as the case is kind of closing, it gets burst right back open with an additional detail saying, there is a pamphlet included in the case to give instructions on how to download. And not only did this case just reopen back up, but it opened 6 more problems, where it's like, oh no. Why do we need a pamphlet for an apparent day one update?
So Here's the thing. So the specific language, the 100% translation, games 2 and 3 need to be downloaded from the internet. Contains one disc with game 1 and instructions for digital download for games 2 and 3. That is the 100% accurate translation from the back of it. And why is that a problem? That you need an instruction to download, do it. Maybe it's an infinite download. Maybe they figured out how to infinitely download stuff. So this, but maybe there's two reasons. One, they want this game online for DRM, or two, they're trying to combat used sales of this game.
And
so
this,
you have to buy it new, no matter what. I mean, $40. It's not super expensive. It ain't cheap either to some people with the way you look at it. But if you want to get this game used for like $20 one day, good luck. You're only gonna get one game.
Now, this is where we're confused. It might not, though. That's the thing.
It might not.
It might not. We don't know. This is why we're
That's the problem.
This is a PR nightmare. Like, this is terrible. So here it is that what's literally happening is that if it's a pamphlet, why is it a pamphlet for something that is supposed to be as you put the disc in, it downloads, and then it says, okay, updates, and done. Why do we need a pamphlet? So Activision could literally be being extra stupid careful for saying, step 1, put disc in console. Step 2, press update. Press 3, step 3, update to the game.
I really hope it's that simple. I really hope it's just that on paper. It just says, put the stupid disc in. That's all it says. I really hope so.
I hope that's it. I hope it's just like, boop, and whoa, that's it. Well, that's it. And I just hope it's just they're making sure that everything is covered, because they might be thinking, hey, this is a kid's game. And they might be thinking that Skylander fans, who are majority kids, might want to try it. Sorry, excuse me, had a burp halfway through there. And they might need instructions on why certain things are not working. So it comes with an instruction manual. But we don't know. That's the problem. Is it could be punch in this code and you get the games. And if you're buying new, that's fine. But if you want to buy it used, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Whoa. And that's I'm not okay with that. I am not okay with that. It's like if you brought a car to a used car dealership and it was just like you traded it in, and then the next person that goes to buy it says, oh no, you have to buy the passenger seat in the trunk. Because it's like, but shouldn't that come with the game? No. Sorry, you have to pay extra for that. And, oh yeah, you can't get it at the dealership either. You have to go home and you have to order it online. You can't, and it's just like, what is happening? And it's just like, so if you're buying digitally, you're fine. You don't need to worry. You're fine. But if you're buying physical and you don't have internet, this could be bad.
Very bad.
So we don't know, and what this whole point of this little podcast and this little live stream is that we don't know. And the main thing too is that this is not Toys for Bob's fault. This is not by their choice, to my knowledge. This would be Activision's. Am I correct, Jordan? Or
yeah, I mean, Toys for Bob wouldn't have any control over this decision. The only thing that'd be on them is that they do need more time to finish the games, to say in terms of an update. But if it's just down to the size, it is not on them.
Right.
They could easily have made this a 2-disc set. You and I personally went over numbers and how much it would have cost them.
Yeah.
Cost Activision or cost Toys for Bob, and how much money they would have needed to make to cover that. Blah blah blah. We went over all the numbers, and it can work, and it would have made sense if they did it that way. But company be company. How can we maximize profits and not spend all of our money? That's how. You just print one disc, you get it to go gold in time, and you just ship it out and you download the rest. Now, because this day and age, most people have the internet. Most people have good connections. Most people just buy digital. And it's just going to be a simpler thing to them to do it this way. But I don't think because this kind of just snuck out there. Like someone just found it by accident. This wasn't like an announcement they made. Yeah. They totally thought that it was like, yeah, we'll just come out with this and no one's going to care. Even when the back of this box came out, if we didn't know about that, no one was going to read the back of the box and look at those things and say, hey, wait a second, what does that say? Maybe someone who was German would have said, I know what that means, and then something would have started. But they really wanted to keep this under wraps, in my opinion. This is something that was like really hush hush, not supposed to go out. And I don't even think that Toys for Bob was fully aware of what the situation was going to be about going gold. So that's I think, and this is no hate towards Activision, their PR team and everyone there, which they need to have their PR team on damage control. Get out there already.
Not us. I'm
tired of being damage control.
But
there's good people that work there, and they do what they're supposed to do and say what they're allowed to say, and they're great people. But it sucks when the situation is affecting so much of the community. It's a large vocal. It started off with a lot of people talking, but not enough to really rile anything up. After the first Activision response, then we saw a major backlash against that instantly, and it became the biggest thing online that night. The screenshot fiasco didn't help at all, and that turned it into, it went from like 10% of people who are deciding to maybe cancel their pre-order or not buy the game to now I think it's closer to 15 to 20%. The amount of comments I'm receiving on videos that aren't even about this, and on Twitter, I'm getting 500 notifications an hour on threads about this. It is ridiculous. It is way blown out over something, and to them, Activision's like, who cares? Like, it's just such a small thing. Why is this such a big deal? But they're not looking at the bigger picture here. And I think a lot of people who are saying, like, when they're talking about this, they're only thinking about themselves in the situation, which I get it. I don't have to worry. You don't have to worry.
No.
But someone out there, I'm thinking about the person who's like, well, I have crappy internet. It's going to take me forever to download that. I don't have, I only have a certain data limit on my phone when I tether it to it, and it only lets me get, you know, a certain amount if I'll run out before I can finish downloading it. There's going to be stuff like that, and people aren't going to be able to get the full value of their games. Now, you can give a million excuses of how they can do it, but why do they have to jump through 10 loops, do 10 backflips, and do the Pledge of Allegiance backwards in their underwear on opening day of football just to get the game?
Right. And
like, that's the problem.
Yeah, and Shadowclaw, thank you so much for the 20 Danish coins donation, saying that the game is too good to fit on a single disc. And okay, I understand that. And this situation would have been settled if it weren't for that pamphlet. Because the situation would have been settled that the game is too big. The game is too big to fit on one disc. Yep. That's why. That's the reason why we have to do this. The game is too big. And then it's just kind of like, okay.
Which still blows me away.
Which, I mean, and I mean, that's great in a sense, because, I mean, the amount of content that's being jammed into this game, great. Awesome. But why would we need to download it? It's because the game is too big. If that's all they need to come out with, is saying technology is limiting us to be able to fit the entire game onto one disc, and to keep it at the $40 margin, we have to do this. Then, case closed. That's it. Situation ended. Done. That's it. And then this whole debacle, people would have complained, people would have made their decision, everyone would have had crystal clarity, and we would have moved on with our lives. But no. No, now we have a pamphlet.
Yeah, and almost a week later, the situation's 10 times as worse.
And Activision is not talking about it. And
that's so weird, because all we've been getting is like distractions, in my opinion. Everything is like, well, there's like a big fire. Okay, picture there's a big fire right here. And then I come out over here and go, hey guys, look at me. Look at me. Hey, look at this. Watch this. What is that? What is that? Don't look over there. Hey, what's this in my hands? You want to look at Scorch? Here you go. Hey, you guys want to see some Spyro 3 images? Wow, Spyro on a skateboard. Hey, how about Jeremy? Jeremy, can you upload that Dark Passage footage? Wow. Hey guys, look, it's Scorcher out there. Look at this new Scorch screenshot. That's how it's felt. They're dropping a lot of... Look what happened on Thursday and Friday at the peak of the start of the incident. We got money bags. And then instead of concept art, they're like, okay, gulp. And then like 2 hours later, like, gulp concept art. Like, just take it. Have it. Look at it. And it's just been that way since it started. It's just been, look at all the cool stuff while there's this fire that's getting bigger and bigger.
And people are raising their hands like, question. And literally every single one of my videos, I have people asking, "Hey, what about this? Hey, what about this? Hey, what about this?" And they're talking, they're asking, "What do you think about the download?" And I'm not responding because, like I said, I don't want to jump into the fire. I don't want to, but this video, I am jumping in the fire because the pamphlet issue. Because what I was going to do, what my plan was, I was going to make a video after, if there was no pamphlet, I was going to make a video either this week or next week where I talked about the whole situation from beginning to end and the result of, like, okay, so what did we learn? We learned this. And then we bundle it together and here's my one video explaining it all. But no, we have to get a pamphlet. And to try to kill the used game industry, it's not good because what's the #1 company for used games? It's EB Games, GameStop. In North America, at least.
Yeah.
And they're already, I was reading a few articles, they're already thinking about being bought. When I walked into my EB Games, they're selling dog toys.
Yeah,
dog
GameStop's
toys.
like that in America.
Yeah.
GameStop has barely any games left.
And it's just like, yeah, this is, not good. Why are you selling dog toys at a GameStop? And it's becoming desperation. You walk into an EB Games or a GameStop and it's all merchandise. And it's, oh yeah, here's our corner of games. We have Funko Pops, 4 walls. And there's our our games corner over there. And oh yeah, that stack, you see that stack we're using for a ladder, that's our Nintendo games over there. That little stack in the corner there, that's our Nintendo area.
And here's our whole Pokemon section. Look, we got cards, plushies, exclusives, mugs, we got lanyards, we got mystery blind boxes, action figures, you name it. Five Nights at Freddy's, we got all the nights. Look at them all right here. It's pretty crazy. Oh, you want a video game? Let me see if I have any in stock. What do you want? I only have 5 games to choose from. You got to pick one of these 5.
4 of them are Mario. 4 of them are Mario.
4 of them are Mario Tennis, and then one of them is like a game that's just worth a lot. So it's like $69. For some reason, it went up in price in like the States, which happened with like Metroid and stuff randomly back in the day. It's like, why? Yeah. Why? Xenoblade Chronicles once was like 70 here. Like it went up for a used copy. And like, oh, okay. Okay.
That's what
that makes sense.
And so, thank you, Shadow Call, once again for the donation. So, and this is where we're entering a problem, is that we don't need a company like Activision putting their heel into the throat of the used game industry, because already games are expensive. Already games are expensive to buy. In Canada, if some of you don't know, and I'm sure some of you over in Europe and everywhere, your prices for games are all over the place. I bought a game at my local EB Games, and in Canadian dollars, after taxes and everything, it was $94.30.
That's a bargain, eh?
That's a bargain, eh? Oh, yeah. And guess what? You get a little keychain for free. 99 cents normally, eh? Like, you can hang it off your Timmy's cup. And it's like, this is utter baloney. It's utter baloney because, and so that's expensive. And so people turn to used games as a way to get a bargain. As in, like, okay, I could pick up the game for $10 or $15 cheaper. And it helps my wallet. And that's great. But if you kill the used game market, what about the people who can't afford these games? Or used consoles, refurb consoles, all these things. And that is where I'm stepping in. This is why Jordan and I wanted to do this today, because this is now a problem. This has now gone from, okay, this is an issue. This is an issue. This sucks. And now it's gone to, no, this is a problem. Because we're not getting clarity.
I mean, you're definitely not wrong about that. We have no clarity on this situation
whatsoever. Clear as mud.
The longer that there is silence, the bigger the fire gets. Because no one's coming out to even spray a little water bottle on it. Like, no. There's nothing happening.
Like, if Activision or Toys for Bob came out and said with a tweet, a Reddit post, something to walk forward and say, hey, we've heard your thoughts, and we're going to get back to you guys as soon as we figure something out. That knows.
Or just explain what you mean. Does it mean the games are downloadable or not? And if they are, explain what the pamphlet means or not. Just give us anything that you hear us, because we know internally you guys are talking. You guys are probably frantic about like, oh God, we're losing game sales or pre-orders, like all this stuff, which is very important. 10%, even if it's 10%, it may not mean a lot. It's still a lot of copies.
That's sales.
10% out of like the estimated 3 million.
300,000.
That's a lot of copies.
And
okay?
with the estimated amount, which was they're making about $10 per game, that's $3 million just down the drain. And that's
bye.
$3 million is not something to shake a stick at. That's $3 million. That's salaries of entire companies. That's not good. That could be all of Toys for Bob's payroll is $3 million for all we know. And
exactly.
The fact that Activision is not, and so in a sense that because Toys for Bob has been so open and communicative with us, Toys for Bob has been so good, but we're not looking at where they're coming from, and they're stemming from Activision, and Activision is causing problems with what they're doing. And as I've said, I sound like a broken record. We need clarification. So we're going to be probably wrapping this up soon. So if you guys have any questions related to this matter, we'll try to answer.
So my question is for you first.
Okay.
Canadian guy, are you going to make any video about this subject matter at all?
I have no idea. For all I know, I could. Because even afterwards, I got people commenting still saying, I'm so confused. And it's not good. I might make a video about it at the end, but I need to know a definitive answer first as to what is even happening.
That's the only thing that's going to get me to make another video on this. If there's an actual definitive answer, a full explanation, or something that I can do it. I was going to, if you can see behind me, everyone, that's what's called a timeline on Premiere Pro. I was working on a video talking about this back cover, and while making it, I just felt like I don't like talking about this problem. I was like, I feel like I'm just doing damage control for something that's not even mine. I feel like I'm trying to explain on behalf of the company why and what they're doing when I am just trying to figure it out for myself. And I did not like talking about it anymore. It's just become a problem. The last two videos, it's just riddled on the situation with ups and downs of just constant confusion and hatred. And it's just so tiring to be involved in this. And until we have clarification, I'm not making another video on it. I do not want to put up this video I made. I don't like it. Not that the video's bad. I just don't like what's being said in it. I don't like talking about the situation. I want to come on here with you and give it the full clarification in this kind of setting where we can just give an open, brief summarization of everything and where it stands. But I can't talk about this anymore in terms of making videos and covering this. This controversy. It seems like there's always something to pull out, and this one like actually being something to most people it's not that big of a deal. My internet's okay. I can download it. It's the bigger picture. And if this goes through fine, this sets a bigger precedence for future things. That's the other problem as well. If this works, then everyone else can do it, right? The next Crash Bandicoot game. Hey, one game's on disc, or the whole game, you download it, nothing's on the disc. They just sell you a disc, you have to download it. Because it's only going to be one game next time, probably. They're not just going to make 3 new games, right?
Yeah, no kidding.
Brand new 4, 5, and 6. We made 3 this time.
There you go. Yay! By the way, thank you, Zombie Killer Worlds, for the awesome donation. And we are tired of us trying to, because we have become such, how should I say, influencers within the Spyro community, which is such a privilege. I mean, it's to be able to turn around and, for someone to turn, and whenever I read a tweet that says, I really would like watching Canadian Guy's content, and then, and Jordan Fringe's content, it really makes me feel happy on the inside, because it means that we have a voice. We have something that we can talk to people about. And when people turn to us and they're asking us the questions, what's happening? Jordan and I, we just look at each other. We're like, we don't know. We really don't know. And it's sad.
I don't have an answer.
I don't have an answer. And it's sad because we want to have an answer. That's the thing. We want to have an answer. We want something to tell you guys, but we can't. We have nothing. And
yeah, and that's coming just from our end of trying to figure out stuff. This is from us scrambling and trying to put pieces together,
right.
discussing it within our groups. Our connections with Activision or Toys for Bob, it's not like they're being like, hey guys, here's what you need to talk about, do this for us, do that. We're not in the pockets of them.
We don't know.
They may send us gifts sometimes, like, hey, thanks for coming our stuff, here's a I just hit my keyboard, whatever. Here's a pool floaty for a pool you don't have. Hey, truly appreciate it, it means the world to me. Thank you so much. But they're not greasing us up in the ways of like, hey, here, talk about this, we'll pay extra, wink wink. They're not even doing that. It's not even about that kind of stuff. And I get that all the time. It's like, you're just being positive because you're in their pockets. They're not paying me nothing.
No.
I'm talking about this stuff because I love it. And it's not like I'm chatting with them in the DMs every day like, hey, what should I say today? Hey, can you give me stuff to talk about for this video? Hey, I have questions. Even if I ask them a question, you know what the response would be? The same response everyone else is getting. Hey, this is what the website says. Read more information here. That's it. Even the bigger content creators that are out there that do stuff with Activision get the same message. No one's different. We're getting this information and we're interpreting it ourselves, trying to figure it out. Because I don't want to have a BS storm on our hands for this game. I want this game to succeed. I know there's a lot of problems that have come up because of just this game, but I need it to succeed. Spyro is finally back.
Yes.
I want further games. I'm so excited to play this trilogy, and I'm so glad I met so many amazing people because of it, like yourself, Canadian guy. And it sucks that they're, after having this great and amazing positive live stream the other week with Crystal Fissure and bringing back parts of the community. And I have actually a story to tell you privately about some good stuff after.
Good.
But after doing all that, and then now the community went from getting closer to this. This is the community. I like it. I hate it. Pre-ordered it. Canceled it. It's back and forth scribbles. But have you seen Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends? That show? You remember the episode with the scribbles, the little kids' imaginations that took over the house? That's what it's like. It's just an abundance of noise because no one knows what's going on and no one's controlling the situation. Right. We're trying to be out here like, hey guys, let's wait. Let's figure stuff out. Here's an update, but let's not take that as true.
Clarification.
But here we are, a week later.
Still
and
nothing.
It's worse. And it's worse. It is way worse than it ever is. And it sucks because like this is the part of journalism and talking about this stuff that is not fun.
No.
This is the not fun part. You think I like coming on here and being this aggressive about the situation? This is my passion for it, of me trying to like, hey, what's happening? And a message to Activision, please, for the love of anything out there that is Spyro, please, clarification.
That's what we need.
Clarification. That's it. Even if it's just a very brief thing, like you said, that you're going to say stuff later, but as long as you acknowledge it and not give that crappy
PR language, because everybody knows it. Everybody knows it that whenever you give a PR response, everybody can translate it immediately that it's PR talk. That when you're unclear, people can smell right away that it's unclear. And just like you were saying, what was really sad is that there were some splits in the Spyro. Thank you so much for the $10 donation, Sire. Sorry, I'm just in the middle of a thought here. Is that you're right. There was like a split between the fandoms, right? There was like 3 splits, and they were kind of, and then with us and Crystal Fissure, we're sewing everything together. But now this comes up, and literally there's no splits anymore. It's just chaos. It's all mixed together, and everyone's screaming their opinion, and everyone's so passionate about it, right? Some people screaming, "I don't care," and people saying, "I do care." People saying, "I'll buy more," and people saying, "I'm not buying," and it's just become a mess. Yeah. And Activision, Toys for Bob, anybody, if anybody out there is watching that's affiliated, please, we're not your PR team. We love reporting on your content, and we love talking about Spyro, but we can't be blowing out fires. That fire is, we can calm people down, but we can't eliminate the problem. We can't. No matter how big or small it is, you guys got to take it out by the root, and you need to come out and say, here's what's going to happen. Boom, 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 and boom. Now decide if you want to buy it.
And it's not like and I can see what someone would say to us. It's like, well, you guys don't have to cover this stuff, and to an extent, you're right.
Yeah.
It's not like we were told, hey, you have to be the PR team, you have to discuss this topics. But when you cover everything Spyro and anything drops, and you get hundreds of people a day saying, hey, what's the on videos and stuff and places that has nothing to do with it. You know how many Facebook on my private Facebook, which I don't use anymore, how many messages I get a day on there, my Instagram, my Twitter, YouTube. I'm grateful that people want to hear what I have to say on it. It means the world.
It makes
but
me
when
happy.
you're getting that many people asking you, you talk about it, because it's a situation that everyone's just looking for someone to say something about it that has somewhat of any little small significant voice. And if I can make a video and just say, here's what's happening, here's what I think is happening, and here's what I think this means.
It's because we love the fandom. We love the fandom. We love the people within the fandom. We love Spyro. We love the people within loving Spyro. It's amazing. We love the fandom. And if we can be some sort of voice of reason or some sort of voice of clarification to calm everybody down, we want to be. We want everyone to be happy. We don't want chaos. We don't want hysterics. We want everyone to be simply hyped for the game, because we are hyped too. We're excited. And I'm still buying the game. I'm still excited as anything. But this is just a smear that's not needed. This is such a smear that is just... But it's spreading. It's spreading, and it... Why? Why? Like... we don't need this, and it's dampening on us, too, because it sucks, because we have our own personal thoughts on it. We have our own personal opinions, and we need to try to... Like, we need to try to stick together. Like, someone was saying, like, we need to stick together for Spyro. We need to just buy the game blindly. But at the same token of time, we need to also know when there's something... We need to call a spade a spade. If something's bad business practice, we need to say this is not... Maybe not bad business practice, but if there's no clarity, we need to say there's no clarity. Because Jordan and I's reputation are also on the line. Because if we just say, yeah, it's fine, guys. It's fine, guys. It doesn't matter if you don't have good internet. It's fine. You guys are fine. You guys are fine. And then people go out and buy the game, and then it's not fine, that's on us. Because we convinced others.
Yeah.
That's on us. And we're sensitive about that. We want to make sure that we're clear as crystal, that our reputation, so that our reputation later down the line, when we say something, is believed, it's understood. And that if there is a mistake, we can come out and apologize and correct ourselves. And this situation, unintentionally or not intentionally, it is smearing our reputation a little bit, because we're not saying anything, because there's no clarification. So I think it's about time that we wrap this up, because, I mean, there's not much more we can really say. Really. Clarity. Yeah. That's the one word. If there's one word that we need, clarity. That's it. That's all we need. And if any rep from Activision, Toys for Bob, is listening, please, something. You know what? But before you should announce something where it's like, here, this is how you install the game. Literally, post a video, putting the disc in. Here's the paper that you will receive with the game. It will say this. Do this, 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 and this. Whatever. Or make a statement. There's so much
even if people aren't going to be happy with the decision, whatever is officially true or not, make the statement. Say something, because you will put out a good chunk of the fire, and that's what's important. You will combat the major portion of it. There will still be a little fire. That's always going to happen.
Oh yeah.
But you're not going to have a whole forest fire that burns down everything. So that's the important part. And I think that's it for what I have to say on this whole situation.
Yeah. Final thought is just that we love Spyro, and we want Spyro to succeed. And the thing is that if you come out and you're clear right away, and everyone says, oh, and you're gonna get people that are gonna cancel your pre-orders. Yeah, sure. But you know what could happen is that if you continue the content that you're releasing and it looks amazing, you might convince these people otherwise afterwards. Because afterwards they might be like, okay, it sucks, but I will go and pre-order it. Because, like, the Dark Passage stuff, was fantastic. And I guarantee you that if they figured out what was happening, then if they told what was happening and then released the Dark Passage footage, some people that canceled their pre-orders might have turned tail and said, okay, this looks too good, I can't give this up, and go back. Or time passes and time heals wounds. It's like, okay, that sucks, but what happens if it's too late? What if it's a week before Spyro's released, and they announce what's going on and people don't like it? It's going to hit those pre-orders. So anyway, guys, unfortunately, there's not really too much time for questions, so we're going to wrap this up now. Thank you, Jordan, for joining me today on the live stream. I really appreciate that for you deciding to come on the channel.
I think that if people like this, we should do this more often.
Definitely.
Discuss current topics.
I mean, we almost hit 500 viewers, dude, so I think a lot of people like...
I think people like it, but we'll see. Put a 1 in the chat if you want more.
Yeah,
but,
put a 1 in the chat. Yeah, put just a 1 in the chat.
Just one. You don't have to spam. Just a 1.
Just a 1. That's all. Just a 1 to if you like this, because I mean, we got a lot of people tuning in. We got a lot of people really liking this content, and I think it's really cool. So, one question someone just asked here: are we still buying the game? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I'm multi copies. Like, yeah. All consoles, and I will rebuy it when it comes to the Switch and the PC.
Yep.
Every version I get my hands on in this game. If it came to Apple Watch, I'd go out and buy an Apple Watch. Okay, that's how dedicated I am. I still want the game. Oh, there's a lot of ones.
There's a lot of. Oh, we got 2. We got 2.
Thanks. You played by the ruls. Yeah, a lot of ones. A lot of ones here. And we got a 0. There you go. Now
there we go.
Get outside the box. 5.
5. Well, right. I don't know if that's good or not. So anyway, we got a bunch of ones. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you guys next time. Bye bye.